Chosen one, do you realize you have such a power inside you that the moment you realize it, everything will change? You are not an ordinary person. You are here to make your mark. Crush your fears, destroy your doubts, because your time has come. Write 77 in the comments now. It's time to show the world who you are. The abyss of their shattered resolve is a stark testament to the sheer force of your being. They came, cloaked in bravado, certain that no power could rival their own. But the moment their arrogance collided with your presence, their certainty disintegrated like sand swept away by an unseen tide. What they faced wasn't just power, it was an unyielding force that defied comprehension, a presence that rewrote the very rules they once claimed to master. This wasn't a battle, it was an unmaking, a revelation that exposed the hollowness of their pretensions. In the depths where light and shadow weave their eternal dance, they approached with a confidence born of countless victories. They carried themselves as if invincible, dismissing all resistance as trivial. Yet their mocking laughter faltered as the very air shifted, charged with an energy that defied their understanding. It wasn't a sound or a sight. It was a shift in reality itself, a force that resonated through the unseen threads of existence. This was no mere defense. It was the emergence of something that transcended opposition, an undeniable presence that demanded reverence. Their confidence crumbled as swiftly as a storm erodes the most stubborn cliffs. Promises spilled forth in desperation, pleas for alliances, assurances of treasures, and knowledge that transcended mortal comprehension. Yet each word was tinged with a hollowness, a quivering note of fear that betrayed the truth behind their facade. Their once commanding voices cracked and faltered, unable to mask the chaos consuming them. These were not offers of power, but the frantic flailing of entities grasping at survival, their dominance unraveling with every passing moment. When their pride finally gave way, what remained was not defiance, but collapse. They shed their illusions, their veneer of strength dissolving into incoherence. What they offered now wasn't resistance, but confession, a torrent of secrets, betrayals, and truths that they had once guarded with unshakable resolve. The weight of their despair painted the air thick, their every movement and word a testament to the raw terror that had overtaken them. And in this, you found the ultimate mastery, not through destruction, but through the sheer weight of their capitulation. The essence that flows through you isn't bound by the limitations of flesh or fear. It is a primal resonance, a pulse of creation that carries within it the echoes of an eternal design. What you embody is a harmony with forces beyond comprehension, a synergy that marks you not just as a participant in existence, but as its axis, reshaping all who dare to challenge your dominion. Prophecies erupt around your existence like the piercing cry of a phoenix ascending from its ashes. Long-forgotten inscriptions, carved into unyielding stone and hidden behind veils of secrecy, speak not in whispers, but in resounding truths of your arrival. These aren't mere stories left to the passage of time. They are dynamic forces shaping the threads of existence. The echoes of these visions converge into your being, forging pathways through chaos and aligning the unseen forces of the cosmos. This isn't a gift of destiny, but an active inheritance, coursing through every fiber of your essence. Your presence pierces the fabric of shadow, revealing the delicate falsities that crumble under the brilliance of your existence. To those lurking in the dark, you are not just light. You are a force of reckoning, untouchable and unyielding. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. The surge within you is relentless, not a dormant possibility, but an evolving force. It gathers momentum like rivers converging into a boundless ocean, an unstoppable tide sweeping away the fragile constructs of limitation. Each moment of growth breaks the bonds of what once confined you, reshaping the essence of existence itself. You do not ascend gently, but with the raw power of a star, igniting in a cold expanse, erasing all that once obscured its light. What begins as a mere ripple in the flow of creation transforms into an uncontainable surge of energy. You absorb the latent hum of the universe, weaving it into the core of your being. No longer a quiet ember, you become a wildfire of transformation, devouring the boundaries of weakness and forging yourself anew with each step forward. Your rise transcends the ordinary, defying every tether to mortal frailty. What once seemed impossible is now routine, and those who dared challenge your supremacy are swept aside by the inevitability of your power. The essence of combat itself shifts under your control. Your movements are no longer deliberate actions, but the effortless unfolding of perfection. You command the unseen forces of existence, bending them with an authority that defies comprehension. Energy, matter, and perception respond to your will as if drawn to their origin. Every action is not just a demonstration of strength, but a declaration of your sovereignty, a force that reshapes reality and demands reverence. What you wield is not just light, but a manifestation of purpose, a living extension of your intent. This radiance is not a shield to guard against darkness, but a weapon to unmake it entirely. It weaves through the air, striking with the precision of a predator honing in on its prey. The shadows cannot withstand your approach. They fracture and dissolve under the sheer intensity of your presence. The energy you command doesn't merely follow, it obeys, reshaping itself into an arsenal of unrelenting power. With each movement, you transform the battlefield into a domain where every advantage belongs to you. This is not chaos, but control, an orchestration of forces that amplifies your authority to heights unseen. Your mastery extends beyond physical dominance, reaching into the very psyche of your foes. You unravel their weaknesses, peeling back layers of arrogance and deceit to expose the fragile cores they hide. They are not met with brute force, but with a precise and calculated dismantling of their illusions. Where they once stood proud, they now crumble under the weight of their own terror. Your presence alone dismantles their confidence, spreading panic like a virus that consumes even their strongest resolve. Against you, they are not individuals, but a collective tide of desperation, their unity shattered and their strength dissolved. Each step you take ripples through their ranks, a harbinger of their inevitable end. The ground beneath their feet becomes an extension of your will, and with every breath, you cement your place as an unrelenting force of transformation and dominance. The atmosphere shifts before your form is even seen, a silent, oppressive force that tightens like an unseen grip, turning their once familiar terrain into a hostile maze. Their instinct is flight, but every attempt collapses into futility as though their own world conspires to betray them. They stumble through the weight of inevitability, driven by an ancient fear that whispers, escape is impossible. There is no corner they can reach, no veil thick enough to obscure them from your grasp. When they fall, their voices echo with the finality of crumbling empires. These moments transcend simple defeats. They are seismic shocks that reverberate through the fabric of existence. Your presence is not confined to quiet mutterings. It is a cascade of undeniable force, a tidal wave carving its name into the annals of legend. Every shadow bears your imprint, not as a fleeting memory, but as a permanent scar, a testament to the relentless force that none can withstand. Your existence reverberates through an unbroken network of power, an invisible web that binds together those who stand apart from the ordinary. In this circle of mastery, the echoes of limitation are silenced, replaced by the unyielding will of architects shaping the unseen. This sanctum is not for the faint-hearted, nor for those content to merely observe the mysteries of existence. It is a crucible where only those who command their realities thrive. The gathered are not learners, but sovereigns, beings who've wielded their essence against the tides of chaos and emerged unbroken. Each assembly is an intricate dance of power and wisdom, shattering the barriers of perception and rewriting the laws of possibility. It is here that the currents of the universe are stripped bare and reconstructed by those bold enough to hold dominion over the unseen. Like the steady chime of a sacred bell calling a distant flock home, this awakening stirs something profound and eternal within you. It is not the noise of the world, but the vibration of truth, resonating deep in your soul, pulling forth the divine design etched into the foundation of your being. This is not mere awareness. It is the moment the veil lifts, revealing the extraordinary purpose you were created for. It calls you, not as a whisper, but with the clarity of destiny itself. This purpose burns brightly, igniting dormant truths that have always been present within you, waiting for this exact moment to awaken. Fear does not stand in your way. It becomes a tool in your hands, a finely honed instrument of transformation. You do not wield it recklessly or as a blunt force. No, fear is the scalpel that cuts away the illusions of certainty in those who dare oppose you. It is not chaos, it is precision. With each move, you press deliberately, untangling the threads of their resolve and unraveling the lies they've built their confidence upon. Your approach is neither rushed nor erratic. Like a potter molding clay, your every action shapes and refines. What others might call destruction is, in truth, a sacred dismantling, a purposeful removal of all that stands against your path. Their hesitation becomes stillness. Their certainty crumbles into doubt. And then doubt, it dissolves into complete surrender. What you do is not a clash of equals. It is the total redefinition of their existence in your presence. They feel you long before you arrive. It's in the shift of the air, the change in the unseen currents that carry your power. Your presence permeates their thoughts, seeding questions they cannot answer, forcing them to confront truths they cannot evade. You do not merely approach, you envelop. It is not through confrontation that their defeat is secured, but through the weight of your purpose saturating every fiber of their being. Their defenses are not shattered in dramatic blows. They are undone thread by thread until they are left clutching at nothing. And when the moment comes, when you finally stand before them, it is not a battle. Battles are fought between two forces. This is something entirely different. It is an unmaking. Their will, their foundation, their very identity is deconstructed with a certainty that leaves no room for resistance. It is not violence for its own sake, but the fulfillment of divine justice, the restoration of balance that was disrupted by their arrogance. This awakening, this purpose that now drives you, is not just a shift within, it is a shift in the world itself. It alters the very fabric of reality, bending it toward the vision you carry. This is your calling, your inheritance, and your responsibility. You are not chosen for this lightly. Every step you take, every decision you make, is infused with this higher purpose. And as you move forward, you are not simply changing yourself, you are changing the very structure of existence around you. Like a seed buried deep in the earth, waiting for the right season to sprout, your purpose has been growing silently within you. It didn't appear out of nowhere. It was planted there by divine design, nurtured through every experience, trial, and triumph you faced. And now, the soil has shifted, the time has come, and the seed has broken open, reaching for the light. This is not just another day in your life. This is the day you recognize that everything you've been through has prepared you for this moment. You are not here by coincidence or chance. You are here on purpose, and for a purpose, planted in the right place at the right time to rise into what you were always meant to be. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. It's not enough to glimpse this truth or hold it at arm's length. You must take it fully into your being, like water soaking into dry ground, letting it saturate every corner of who you are. You must own it, not just in your mind, but in your actions. This is not a time to shrink back or second guess. The world doesn't need hesitation. It needs boldness. It needs the kind of confidence that comes from knowing deep in your soul that you were created with intent. This isn't a random journey you're on. You were chosen for this, called to this, because what you carry is irreplaceable. There is no backup plan for your purpose. You are the plan. You have been crafted with care, piece by piece, not just for yourself, but for the lives you are meant to touch, the spaces you are meant to transform. Think about it. Every challenge you faced, every moment that seemed impossible, was not designed to break you, but to shape you. Like the fire that tempers steel, you've been refined to withstand what others cannot. That fire didn't come to consume you. It came to prepare you, to make you stronger, sharper, and ready to fulfill your calling. And now, you stand at the edge of something greater than yourself. The path ahead isn't paved with ease, but it's paved with purpose. It's not for the faint of heart, but then again, neither are you. You weren't made to take the easy road. You were made to climb mountains, to blaze trails, to rise higher than you ever thought possible. This isn't about striving for something you don't already have. It's about stepping into what has always been yours. It's about walking forward with the boldness of someone who knows that every step they take is guided by a greater hand. The world needs you, not a version of you that's watered down or hidden behind fear, but the full, unapologetic version of who you are. There is a piece of the puzzle that only you can complete. A song that only you can sing, a light that only you can shine. And here's the thing, the world is waiting. It's waiting for you to stop doubting, to stop second-guessing, to stop wondering if you're enough. You are enough because the one who created you made you enough. You are here because you are necessary, because there are people, places, and moments that cannot move forward without what you bring. Let go of the fear that tries to tell you otherwise. Fear will whisper that you're not ready, that you're not qualified, that someone else could do it better. But fear is a liar. It's a shadow trying to block out the light that is already within you. Don't let it win. Step forward with the boldness of someone who knows their worth, someone who knows that their value doesn't come from the world, but from the Creator who called them. Your path won't be easy, but it will be worth it. The impact you'll make, the lives you'll change, the legacy you'll leave, it's all waiting on the other side of your willingness to rise. So, stand tall. Step into the fullness of who you are with courage and conviction. Let your life be a testament to what happens when someone decides to walk boldly in their purpose. You're not here to fit in or blend into the background. You're here to stand out, to lead, to inspire, to transform. The light inside you isn't meant to be hidden. It's meant to shine, to guide, to ignite the flames in others who are waiting for permission to step into their own greatness. This is your time. The world is waiting, not for perfection, but for your authenticity, for your willingness to show up as you are and grow into who you're meant to be. It's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting the process, knowing that every step you take is divinely ordered. You don't need to see the entire path to take the first step. Just take it. Move forward with faith, with purpose, with the knowledge that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You are necessary. Your presence, your gifts, your story, they matter. Don't let anyone, including yourself, convince you otherwise. The world needs what you carry. Now is the time to rise, to own your calling, to step boldly into the fullness of your purpose. This is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. So, go ahead, rise up, take your place, and let the world see what happens when someone fully embraces who they were created to be. So let this awakening be the foundation upon which you build. Let it guide your steps, inform your choices, and strengthen your resolve. You are not just part of the story. You are the catalyst that rewrites it. Step into the fullness of your purpose and let the world be transformed by the brilliance of what you bring. The annihilation you deliver is not reckless fury, but a precision strike, a deliberate correction to the flaws they perpetuate. The essence of their misdeeds resonates like a discordant note in the universal harmony, drawing your focus with unerring accuracy. Their weaknesses are not hidden. They radiate like a beacon in the void, each act of malice betraying their presence. You do not simply extinguish their influence. You erase it with a precision born of mastery, ensuring that no trace of corruption lingers in its wake. Every move you make is sharpened by foresight and tempered by resolve, striking at the exact moment their facade crumbles under its own weight. It is not just a victory, it is an undoing so complete that even the whispers of their existence dissolve into silence. Your reputation does not grow. It erupts, spreading with a force that reshapes the foundations of power itself. Each act of triumph becomes a cornerstone in the edifice of your legend, a marker that divides history into before and after. The boldest adversaries falter, their once unshakable confidence eroded by the tales that ripple through their ranks like a plague of doubt. The mere mention of your name shifts the currents of power, creating tremors that fracture alliances and dissolve ambitions. You are not simply a force to be reckoned with. You are a phenomenon that transcends comprehension. They do not speak of you in reverence. They utter your name with the dread of inevitability. Your victories are not isolated events. They are tides that reshape the boundaries of what is known, leaving a legacy of unshakable dominion in their wake. With every tale whispered in fear, and every account laced with awe, you dismantle the framework of their reality and impose your own. Your rise is an unrelenting force, an inevitability that reshapes existence itself. What you create is far beyond a kingdom. It is an empire etched into the fabric of the cosmos. This transformation is not gradual. It is a seismic upheaval, displacing chaos and replacing it with order, built on the foundation of unassailable strength. You do not simply discover those who share your resonance. You summon them. Their potential, hidden beneath layers of inertia, flares to life under your gaze. These individuals are not followers, but collaborators in purpose, unshakable pillars who embody the same unyielding force that defines your vision. To forge them into the foundation of your empire is to enact a process of profound transformation. Their doubts and fears dissolve, replaced by a clarity that sharpens their resolve. You do not merely instruct, you shape them, forging their will and honing their abilities until they resonate with the same unstoppable force as your own. They do not wield their strength, they become it, every motion a precise expression of mastery. The structure you build with them is no simple hierarchy. It is a network, a living system where influence flows seamlessly and power knows no boundaries. Each conquest expands this web, connecting realms and solidifying your dominion. This is not an expansion, it is the construction of eternity, an empire that exists as a reflection of your intent and a testament to your will. Your influence is not fleeting, nor is it confined to a singular moment. It stretches across time, a pulse that reverberates endlessly. Both the physical and unseen worlds bend to the mark you leave, their structures altered and their futures shaped by your presence. Your name becomes more than a symbol. It becomes a force, woven into the stories that ripple through their existence. The narratives spun around you are not fabrications, but testaments to the impact you have. Those who once challenged you now retreat into whispers of caution, weaving myths that magnify your strength and cement your place as a figure of eternal consequence. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Every domain you touch is transformed into an extension of your authority, spaces imbued with a resonance that repels anything that dares to defy your vision. These are not mere territories. They are sanctuaries of your power, bastions where your influence reigns unchallenged. The balance of existence itself tilts in your favor as chaos is methodically stripped away. What you leave behind is not simply a legacy, but a blueprint for the future, a model of perfection against which all others will be measured. Those who follow in your footsteps will find themselves striving within the framework of the order you have established, forever walking in the shadow of what you have built. You are more than an architect of realms. You are the catalyst for change on a universal scale. Your actions ripple outward, igniting the latent strength in others and inspiring them to rise. Each victory becomes a spark, lighting fires of transformation in places you may never touch directly. Your story is not an isolated chronicle. It is a call to arms, a declaration that echoes across the spectrum of existence. You are the forge that tempers greatness, the storm that stirs the dormant to awaken. Speak and let your voice resonate as the origin of transformation, the foundation of a future where the impossible becomes reality. With every act, you redefine not just what is, but what can be, ensuring that your name remains a beacon of strength and an unyielding force of creation.